Hey, this is Danny from the Coronas and you're listening to Herms Promi Corner.
Herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Ausgabe von Herms Promi Corner. Ich freue mich sehr, dass ein großartiger Musiker mir mal wieder gegenüber sitzt. Danny O'Reilly von the Coronas. Nice to have you again in the show.
Thank you for having me. It's nice to chat to you.
Danny, we saw us 1.5 years ago in Berlin in the Quasimodo. How have you been doing in the meantime?
Great, all is good. We released a new album. It's been going really well. We've been busy, but we're very lucky. We're at a good stage where we have a big following in Ireland, and we sell a lot of tickets there. But we're getting to tour more now, and we love touring. We love touring the world, whether it's small venues or big venues or whatever it is. So all is good. I'm already starting to do a bit of work for the next Coronas album as well. Started writing on that, and yeah, I'm happy.
I'm very impressed. At the last concert in Berlin, I met some of your fans who came all the way from Ireland by plane to see you live because they couldn't get a ticket in Dublin.
Yeah.
Are you proud when you hear that of these fans that means so much to them that they take such paths?
Absolutely. It's amazing to hear. I met a girl earlier on at the soundcheck who travelled from Portugal for the gig tonight. She hasn't seen us for 10 years. We played once in Portugal way back 10 years ago, and she saw us at that show, and she's been trying to see us ever since, and she came all the way from Portugal. It's like, oh my God, thank you so much, just especially for the show. So it is incredible to see people travel to see us. And I always say to my friends at home in Ireland, if they want to come see us, like, come to a European city and see us in a smaller venue, and it's just a bit of fun as well. You get to enjoy beautiful places like Berlin. So it is great that people travel to see us.
You said it, your last album, which you have released in September of 2024, is called Thoughts and Observations. It's, when I'm really right, it's the 4th album in Raw that had reached #1 in Ireland.
That's right, yeah.
Is it even possible to comprehend or grasp something like this?
No. I mean, especially when we started off, like, you never think that, like, we're 8 albums in now, like, and I think longevity in the music industry is difficult, and we're lucky because we still love it. We still have the hunger to tour and to improve, and we're still trying to make our shows better, and we still want to improve, and we still have something to say. And but yeah, it's been amazing, especially in the last couple of years. We started our own record label. We've moved out of, like, we were like getting a lot of radio play in Ireland in our early albums, and now radio is changing a bit, and we're obviously getting older, and our audience is getting older, and so we're not maybe as pop as we once were, but we still sell tickets, and still, people still buy the album. So that is amazing. We don't take it for granted. It's great.
Then let's talk about the new album. If you were to describe the songs of the new album as a kind of a house, what would this house look like?
Oh, I'd say, I feel like the Thoughts and Observations is like an album of 2 halves. The first half is like breaking away from like the past, and then the second half is looking forward in the future in a more positive way. And so it would probably be a house that maybe looks nice on the outside but is a bit messy on the inside. You know, one of those houses, it's pretty to look at, but when you get in there, everything is upside down, you know. But thankfully the new songs have been going down really well. Crowds are singing them back to us, and it's been fun to play the songs live. But we're proud of it. I do, as I say, I think it's an album of 2 halves. So an upside down house.
Okay. On the album, there's a song that's exactly what love is. It's a duet with Gabrielle Ablin, a really great singer. Yeah. With her, there was already the song "The Thick of It" on the album of True Love Waits. Yeah. How do you know each other, and how did this collaboration come about?
Yeah, we've known Gabrielle for a long time. She is engaged to a really good friend of mine, Alfie, who was in a band called Hudson Taylor, and I sort of see Alfie as a little brother to me. We've known each other a long time, and so I've known Gabrielle through Alfie for a long time, and she's such an amazing talent. Like, and Lost in the Thick of It was a song that we wrote with Gabrielle and Alfie together, and it was great working with them, and her voice was amazing. But for the new album, I had this song that I had written a female part for it, like a conversation, and straight away when I wrote it, I was like, this would be perfect for Gabrielle. And I asked her, and even before she heard the song, she said yes, which was nice that she had that trust, you know. But so yeah, it's amazing to work with her. Her voice is incredible, and she's such a lovely person. Yeah, she's great.
I really like the song If You Go In. What was about it for you when you wrote these lyrics? Is this an excuse for an emotional outburst, or could understand the other person is leaving and nothing can be done about it?
That's exactly it. Yeah, the emotional outburst of having anger when someone says they're leaving, and you're like, okay, go then, even though you don't want them to go, you know. So that's sort of what that is about, yeah. And it's a song that came together quite quickly with the band, and our producer George Murphy came up with a really cool drum loop, sort of percussion loop that it goes out throughout the song, and it was a fun one to record, definitely, yeah.
Okay. Next song, I'd like, or tell us something about Good Boy.
Yeah.
What is the story behind it in a few words?
Yeah.
Have you always been a good boy?
Oh no. I think we've gotten better with age. We used to be bold boys, I think, when we toured in the early days. But yeah, it's that thing of, you know, even with me now, I still have to look after my voice. And often, last night, for example, we were in Hamburg, and we met some people after the show, and they were like, "Oh, come on out, we're going to the pub, we're going to have a few beers." And I was like, "Well, no, we have a concert tomorrow in Berlin. I have to be a good boy and look after my voice, like, you know." So it's sort of about just trying to look after yourself, but not just physically, emotionally as well. And if you don't think you're ready for a new relationship because it's too early, you go, okay, no, I don't want to do something that I might not be happy with tomorrow. So it's about being a good boy with your emotions as well as your physicalness, you know. So that's sort of what that came out. And recording it was a lot of fun. The intro to that song was my initial rough demo. I recorded just an acoustic guitar and a really crappy mic. And we spent like half a day in studio trying to replicate that sound, and we couldn't get it. So we said, we'll just use the demo. The demo sounds cool. It sounds sort of distorted and like through a telephone or whatever. And we said, we like that. Why don't we just put that on the album? Just because it wasn't recorded in the studio.
In this beginning, it was so amazing.
Yeah. And that was the thing. We were trying to replicate it, and we couldn't get the same magic from it. Yeah. And he's like, let's just use that, and then we'll start the song after. And I'm really glad we did that. That's something that we probably wouldn't have done in the early days. But now we're a bit more open to trying different things like that.
First time, best time.
Exactly. Usually the way it is, yeah.
You appeared on German television in March in the ARD Morgen magazine. It's called. They call them the smallest stage in the world, so they say. What was it like to get up and perform so early in the morning?
It was strange. We've done it a few times over the years, but it was the strangest thing about it is we had a translator in our ears.
Okay.
So the presenters asked the questions in German, but we had a translator live, you know, telling us what they were saying in English. Yeah. And I found that really strange. So I'm talking to someone and they're speaking in German and I'm looking at them, but I'm not listening to them. I'm listening to my ear. But the interview was really good. And to be honest, it made... I didn't realise how big the show was. Like the amount of people that have come to see us on this tour who said they just saw us on that show on MoMA. And so it's great to get bits of promotion like that, you know.
Yeah. Danny, some short questions.
Sure.
To learn something of Danny O'Reilly as a person, what did you love or hate the most at school?
I loved Irish. This language that we learn in school, the Irish language, and I just had a really good teacher. I think that makes a big difference. So I always was very fond of Irish, and I still speak a little bit now. Sometimes we sing in Irish as well in our songs. So that was a subject that I loved. Is that what you mean, subjects? Which is my favourite subject? Yeah. And then my least favourite subjects, probably French. I wasn't good at French at all. So I just couldn't get my head around it. It's not all languages. I just liked Irish. So yeah, French was hard.
Are you a morning Scrooge?
Yeah, I think I'm a morning person these days. Yeah, okay. Now I go to bed early and no fun. I'm a good boy, so now I'm more of a morning person. Yeah.
What would the film named about your life?
What would it be? That guy from that band would probably be the name. That's what I'm defined as, is the guy. That's that guy from that band. But yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one.
Okay.
I'm going to stick with that. Yeah.
Okay. Which artist would you like to work with if anything were possible?
Paul McCartney. Okay. If I ever work with anyone, I'm still obsessed with the Beatles. We got to open up for Paul McCartney one time in Dublin, and he played in the RDS, and we got to meet him. We shook his hand, and it was incredible because I'm such a big Beatles fan. Even driving down here, we had the Beatles on in the van on the drive. So definitely Paul McCartney. Yeah, he's amazing.
Okay. What are the next plans, for example, from autumn this year on? New album?
We're working on writing the new album at the moment. We've got more touring planned. We're going to the UK in June, then America in July, and a lot of festivals in the summer. We announced that we're playing Glastonbury today, which is a big festival that we're excited about playing. And then, finish off the album in the autumn, hopefully record it over the winter, and come back and tour it. Hopefully release it next year, maybe next summer. That's the rough plan, and hopefully that'll come together. I've got about, I'd say, half of the album written. So sometimes it comes quickly and sometimes it takes a little bit longer, but hopefully it'll come in the next few months, and we'll be good to record the next one.
Fifth time in raw.
That's the plan. Fingers crossed. Who knows? Yeah.
Last question, Danny.
Okay.
Before you have to go on stage, if you could put together a perfect day from getting up to getting to bed, what things should definitely be there?
A concert has to be on there because I love performing. I love playing with these lads. This is my favourite thing in the world to do. So definitely a Coronas concert of some sort. I think a nice meal with my family, my mother and my father and my girlfriend, and maybe a glass of wine, and a nice big meal just with the people I love. Like, you want being around the people I love. And my dog passed away 2 weeks ago, so if I could bring her back for one day, and she would be there too, hopefully. But that's it. I love music, and I love playing, and I love being around these people. They're like our family too. My sister is obviously on stage with us, so we're lucky that we're our family, really. We've been friends for so long, so we're lucky. We have a great job. So a day like today wouldn't be that far off my favourite day, you know, getting to walk around Berlin. I just met a friend of mine for dinner, get to do a concert here. It's sold out. I know it's a small venue, but it's sold out, and get to play our music to people. That's a pretty perfect day to me, so I love it.
I cross the fingers for a lot of perfect days. Danny, it was a pleasure to have you
Thank you so much.
Again on my show.
Great to see you again, and thanks again for doing it. Cheers.